If you've tried joining a gym but couldn't stick with a routine, it may not be your fault. Gyms have evolved, and I think this is the reason so many people struggle to make it a regular part of their routine. There's actually a couple of issues here that are worth exploring, because once you understand them, it could make all the difference to you. First, gyms have evolved over the past 100 years. They've grown and expanded on what they offer. Go to most large commercial gyms and you'll see all sorts of equipment, from treadmills, bikes and rowers, to barbells, dumbbells and resistance machines. They're overwhelming places for many people, but especially for new members. And despite many offering inductions and programs for new members, they're still intimidating. So it's no surprise that the churn rate of most gyms is huge. In fact, it's usually a very small percentage of people that continue going to the gym month after month, year after year. So why do so many people give up on the gym? Bear with me on this one, as it requires us to go back in time. 100 years ago, people didn't pursue fitness. It wasn't a thing. If you wanted to run, then you joined a running club and you ran on tracks. Rowers rowed on rivers and in lakes and did so in clubs. And for those who wanted to get stronger, they did so by joining a weightlifting club. None of these clubs had treadmills, rowers or spin bikes, and they didn't offer Pilates or aerobics classes. People didn't talk about getting fit or burning calories. They chose instead to participate in competing sports. Becoming stronger and leaner and more athletic was a byproduct of that. But as time went on, the culture changed. People's diets changed dramatically. People became more sedentary, consumed more food, and more specifically, more calories from highly processed foods. And so people started to gain weight. Now, for reasons I won't go into now, the masses started to believe that exercise was a necessary means of losing that weight. Through hard work and sweat, people could lose weight and become healthier, reversing the effects of modern diets and a sedentary lifestyle. And so gyms began filling up with cardio machines and resistance machines. It worked brilliantly, as people believed they could reverse the weight gain and get fit. It was great for gyms, as machines required little to no instruction. People could pay subscriptions and use them whenever they wanted. The system worked brilliantly. Most members don't go to the gym frequently, but they continue to pay subscriptions, thinking it will hold them accountable and will encourage them to go. Decades on, and the masses are starting to learn that exercise is not very effective for weight loss. However, the idea of fitness seems a little more robust. People feel compelled to improve their fitness, yet don't have specific goals to train for. The vague concept of fitness keeps millions of people in a state of hope, frustration, determination, embarrassment, among other things. I often listen to people say they need to get fitter, yet don't know what they need to get fit for. It now seems to be this elusive state that only truly dedicated people ever achieve. As a coach for 26 years, it now saddens me to see people lost in the dogma of fitness. So what can we learn from this, and what can you do for yourself? I suggest you start to look at fitness, exercise and gyms differently. Think about what type of exercise, activity or sport you would really enjoy doing. Then find a club you can do that with. It could be football, tennis, climbing, running, cycling. You're then free to think of the gym as a place to build strength. This change in mindset is huge and can help give you direction and clarity. If you join a running club, it's to get good at running, maybe even compete in races. Your training would consist of road running, perhaps off-road or trail running. Your training wouldn't benefit from running on a treadmill in a gym. You're no longer burning calories, but striving to improve performance. Gyms are where you go to get stronger. You lift weights, follow a structured program under the guidance of an experienced coach. When you join a gym with the intention of building strength, it narrows your focus. You can ignore much of what the gym has to offer. The cardio equipment, pools, basketball courts become irrelevant to you. And that means they're no longer a distraction. You're there to do one thing: get stronger. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I do want to get stronger, but I also want to get fitter. Maybe use the treadmill for doing a bit of running. This is exactly what I'm talking about. When gyms added cardio machines to their floors, members felt obligated to use them. The concept of fitness was born. People begin thinking, this is something I should be doing. Many feel they should use a gym's pool and spa facilities because they're included in the memberships. But this just highlights my point. Modern gyms have evolved to become places that try to cater to everyone's idea of what health and fitness is. They're full of distractions, which leads to confusion. Then most members lack focus, and despite having inductions and a program to follow, quickly lose interest when results don't show. For the people I coach, I suggest getting clarity on what you really want. If strength is the goal, then I tell them to buy their own equipment to use at home. I'll often recommend that people buy themselves a set of dumbbells and a bench. This works brilliantly because it narrows focus tremendously. There's no treadmills, ellipticals, or aerobics classes to distract them. From here, I help them design a brief but effective training plan that gets measurable results. And when training is simple and produces measurable results, it becomes something you want to stick to.